Spirituality has one purpose and only one purpose in this life, and that is to manipulate the mind while we are in human existence. And the manipulation of the mind serves to alleviate the level of suffering, but it's not going to end suffering, because as long as we have a mind, there's always going to be new things that will present themselves in a form of discomfort. It's just the nature of dealing with humanity. You're going to run into situations that are uncomfortable. And spirituality and meditation and all that is a measure to help us manipulate the mind. And in a lot of these talk sessions that I'm doing, I've become aware that what I'm doing is desensitizing my soul, desensitizing my mind, and desensitizing my nervous system for anxiety and fearful triggers. That's why I make this narration from my soul with sometimes real outlandish propositions, things that I have never considered before. And I gauge my own reaction to these thoughts and these ideas. And if I sense a panic or an anxiety or a discomfort or feeling defensive toward it, I look into the deeper level of why am I feeling this dis-ease towards this new thought? Is there where is this feeling of insecurity coming from, right? And that usually leads back to something in our conditioning, in our programming, where we judge ourselves as not good enough or measuring up. And when this dichotomy, this discrepancy, this non-alignment takes place in our body, we feel this dis-ease. And so with my musings, I am constantly challenging myself on these different stress points and try to lower the threshold, the level of triggering, the trigger threshold, so that I can alleviate the dis-ease more and more. Because as I talk myself through these myriad different concepts and confront them within myself, when I meet them out there in the general populace in communication, it's no longer going to be a threat to me that I have to become defensive about. So this is, again, another spirituality tool of manipulating my own body, my own mind, so that I can become more functional and less defensive and less aggressive to the world around me. So it's my form of self-therapy, my form of conditioning my trigger points to make them less tense, to make them less explosive, to find my fearful points and then find out, well, where is that fear rooted in? And usually that leads back to some conditioning in my childhood, in my upbringing, and I can now rationalize it and clear it out and say, well, that's not really the truth, is it? And then I have to replace it with new thought, with new truth, to cancel out the trigger point. That's my thoughts on this. And my excessive, obsessive musing, my soul obsession with thoughts, with these deeper thoughts. And it probably goes on some people's nerves, but I find it quite therapeutic in being able to confront myself from many different angles, new angles that I haven't experienced before. So it really helps to lower the reactive triggers. And that is what makes me a better human in this trigger world. So the more you can lower your trigger points, the better. The easier it is for you to get along with the world and not become offended at every new thought and new idea and new concept.